Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're diving into one of the great stories, the epic confrontation between Krishna and the Serpent King, Kaliya. But, we're not just going to retell the myth. We're actually going to break it down, deconstruct its powerful narrative structure, and really see what makes a timeless legend like this tick.
You know, every great story throws you right into a problem. And this one starts with a single question hanging over this terrified community. Who was behind this destruction? And right there, that's the hook. It just grabs you and pulls you straight into the mystery and the danger.
And the stakes, well, they're laid out in the simplest, most powerful way possible. You've got a river of poison and a village of fear. The very source of life for this community has become an instrument of death. And everyone is just paralyzed by this terror they can't even see. But they can see its effects everywhere.
So, let's start with Act 1, A River of Death. This is the setup, right? This is where the story shows us a world that has been thrown completely and terrifyingly out of balance.
I mean, the devastation is just total. The source material paints this incredibly grim picture. The Yamuna River, which should be giving life, is now just a current of death. You've got fish floating on the surface, birds literally falling out of the sky. The riverbanks are just littered with animals who dare to take a drink. The whole ecosystem is collapsing.
And right here, through the panic cries of the villagers, our antagonist finally gets a name, Kaliya Naag. So we know this isn't some random natural disaster. No, this is the work of a single, malevolent being. And giving the threat a name, well, it focuses the fear, but it also makes the people feel even more helpless, because who would possibly dare to confront him?
So with all this chaos and despair, that naturally leads us to Act 2, the hero's response. Because in any great story, the setup, the problem, it demands a response. And this is where our protagonist finally steps onto the stage.
And check out the contrast here. It is so sharp. While all the villagers are just lost in fear and panic, Krishna is the total opposite. He's calm, he's smiling, he's even playful. This difference is absolutely crucial. It shows us right away that he's on another level, completely unshaken by the chaos that swallowed everyone else.
And this is his core motivation. When everyone is warning him, begging him to stay away, Krishna delivers this profound line. Where there is fear, it is necessary to go there. Wow. I mean, that one sentence just defines his entire character. He doesn't just react to problems. He is driven by a philosophy to run straight at them.
All right, so the hero has made his choice. He's going to walk right into the heart of that fear. And that, of course, brings us to Act 3, confronting the Serpent King. The hero's motivation is set, and now the stage is ready for a direct, head-on conflict.
The action kicks off with this single, decisive move. Krishna doesn't hesitate for a second. He just leaps, fearlessly, right into the poisoned river, the very source of the problem. That's it. That's his point of no return.
And then, everything just erupts. We get the Mahayuddha, the great battle. This colossal multi-hooded serpent, Kaliya himself, bursts from the depths. He challenges Krishna, and the physical fight begins. And as Kaliya's giant coils wrap around him and the water churns, all the villagers on the shore can do is watch in absolute horror, completely convinced that their hero is lost.
But just when you think you know where this is going, this is where the story takes a massive, pivotal turn. We are now in Act 4, a divine dance. See, this isn't just about brute force. This is the symbolic climax of the entire story.
So Krishna effortlessly escapes from Kaliya's grip, and then he does something nobody expects. He begins the Divya Nritya, the divine dance, right on top of the serpent's many hoods. This isn't about killing the monster. It's a symbolic performance where divine grace completely overcomes raw power. The whole point is to crush Kaliya's pride, his ego, not his physical body.
And so the result of this dance isn't some final death blow. It's a surrender. Utterly exhausted and completely humbled, Kaliya just pleads, "Enough, forgive me, I have lost." The climax isn't resolved with violence, but with the ego submitting to a higher divine power.
And that humbling surrender leads us straight into our final act, mercy and restoration. The conflict is officially over. And now it's time to bring order back to the world.
Now this part is so important. It's the hero's ultimate choice. Krishna has won. He's proven his total supremacy. But he doesn't destroy his defeated enemy. Instead, he offers mercy. He commands Kaliya to leave the Yamuna and never return. This choice, banishment over destruction, is a key part of upholding dharma or righteousness.
So let's just look at how this all ties together so perfectly. Kaliya, who is the threat, surrenders and is banished. Krishna, our hero, upholds righteousness by showing mercy. And the Yamuna River, the world of our story, is finally purified. The whole system has been reset back to its proper, harmonious state.
And so, after following this whole narrative journey, we land on one final, powerful question. The story basically concludes with this idea that where there is truth and righteousness, darkness simply cannot survive. And that leaves us to wonder about the story's real message. Is true victory really about defeating an enemy, or is it about establishing a light so powerful that darkness just has no place left to exist?
If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Comment below. Radhe Radhe.